friends and family, this is Megan Bowen, aka 저는 미국 사람. I made a video interviewing Korean people, asking them what do they think when foreigners really like Korean culture and when foreigners have certain fantasies about Korea. And some of you guys responded in certain ways in the comments, so I thought it would be cool to just do a follow-up video because I had some thoughts that I wanted to share with you guys. So the first comment that I wanted to read is from Natalia da Cruz. I was going to say Natalia de la Cruz. Okay, sorry, that's not right. I was a bit apprehensive to see this video because I thought they would be all fed up with us foreigners, laugh out loud. I thought they would be like, get real, and be hating. Wrong. And a couple of times I've seen stuff where, you know, some people who are like attacking my YouTube channel, they're like, oh my gosh, another person who likes Korean culture, weeaboo. No, that's Japanese. Koreaboo. They're like, oh my gosh, another Koreaboo who's all up in Korean culture. I bet Korean people feel thing. It's kind of different in Korea because there aren't many foreign people here. And many of the foreign people that are in Korea don't really appreciate Korean culture because many people are like military people or many people just came here to work. So many people don't learn Korean and many people aren't really like super excited about Korean culture and food and language and stuff like that. So when Korean people in Korea see a foreign person who likes the culture and who loves, you know, the food and language and especially who can speak the language well, they think it's really awesome because it's really rare to find that in Korea. However, outside of Korea, it can be a bit weird. It's just funny how in the rest of the world you will get bashed for being remotely interested in Japanese or Korean or Chinese, in some cases, culture, when actual Koreans find it amazing when foreigners admire South Korean culture. I just hate how the term weeaboo or Koreaboo is being used on anyone these days. And you know, in terms of that, like what I want to say, there are some people who are really into football and everything in their house is football. All they talk about is football. They're just football crazy. Some people really like Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter and their whole room is full of like Harry Potter and they have a magic wand and a cape and stuff like that. But these days, because we're so globalized, I think there's just so many people who like other cultures instead of their thing is not, you know, dance or football or Harry Potter or whatever else people are into. It's just another culture. And I don't think there's anything wrong with liking another culture. I think it just depends on how you go about liking other cultures. And as long as you don't devalue yourself in liking another culture, then I don't think there's anything, you know, wrong with that. I myself, when I was in America, I'm not that big into football. When people always talk about football, I'm like, bro, you are so annoying. Okay, can you talk about something else? I don't like football. And so sometimes they'll be like, I know you don't like football, but I just gotta tell you this, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, dude, your obsession with football is just too much for me. And so I wanna say, I guess cut people slack. You know, if people are like really into Korean culture, try and cut them slack and realize that most people, I think Rachel and June made a video and she mentioned something like this. Most people who are super obsessed with like K-pop idols and stuff like that are like young teens, and we've all gone through an obsession stage with a celebrity. I ain't gonna lie, when I was young in middle school, I was obsessed with B2K, okay? I had Lil Fizz posters all up on my wall. And many people who are really into K-pop music are young people, they're students, and they're still going through that obsession phase. So try not to like attack them so much. However, I do want to, you know, send a message to some of those people about the way that you come off to other people. So like I said before, in Korea, if you love Korean culture and you're so like, oh, I love Korean culture, blah, blah, blah. Korean people are super encouraged by that because there aren't many people here in this country who are foreigners who really take hold of Korean culture. But outside of Korea, it's a bit different. So in my case, you know, I'm American, I'm in Korea. There are some Korean people who are obsessed with Western stuff and they love hip hop and they're like, oh my gosh, are you American? I love America. And so I say, oh, what do you like about America? And they're like, I like Jason Derulo. And I'm like, okay, Jason Derulo is not all of America. That means you like that music, but that doesn't mean you like America. So in the opposite case, you know, there are a lot of Koreans in America who, people who like K-pop go up to them and talk to them just because they're Korean and they're like, I love K-pop, blah, 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 blah. It can be kind of annoying for those people, and I know that because I'm on the opposite shoe of things where there are people who like American culture, never been to America, don't speak English, so they always just speak to me in Korean, don't really know anything about America, but just really like hip-hop music or whatever type of music. So they're so like into it and that's all they talk about is blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, bro, you've never been to America, you have no idea. So on the opposite end, you know, if you are in another country and you really like K-pop, try not to attack Korean people and be like, oh my gosh, I love K-pop, blah, 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 I love Korean people, because it can come off a bit weird. And honestly, people who come up to me and they're like, oh my gosh, I love America, blah, 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 I'll never be their friend. And I hope that doesn't like discourage you. But if you want to make friends with Korean people outside of Korea, then just do it like you make friends with people normally. You don't have to say, oh my gosh, I love your culture, I love K-pop, blah, blah, blah. Korean people are so attractive, blah, blah, blah. Like some people do, because it can turn them off a little bit. Just make friends with them like you will normally. And then later on, you can mention that you like the music too, you know. I enrolled into a school last year and I met a girl who listened to K-pop on the first day. She approached me and asked if I was Korean, and I said yes. Her reply was, I knew it, I can tell just by looking at you. The thing is, I don't look like your average Korean, as I'm mixed blood. And when I asked her what it was about me that made her think it was, she said, just your aura, whatever that means. Anyways, long story short, in the end, she admitted that she was obsessed with Koreans after months of trying to convince me that it was nothing more than an interest. Safe to say that I'm kind of turned off from hanging around with her. I feel like a novelty rather than a human being by being around her. But you just have to be careful the way you approach people, and people are people. And I know a lot of you guys are young and you have your like obsessions about stuff, K-pop, etc. But there is more to the culture than just K-pop, etc. And if you like just like K-pop and K-dramas, then that doesn't necessarily mean that you know about the country or like the country, just like the dude who just only likes Jason Derulo but doesn't know anything. It comes off as kind of ignorant and honestly a little bit annoying. So I don't hang out with that person because it's kind of frustrating to hang out with them. So I'm telling you this because I don't want you to be that person. Just chill out, get to know them, talk to them, and be their friend, and don't, you know, try and focus so much on the culture and stuff like that, because they are people too. So if people are attacking you about what you like, it's okay. People like things. They like football, sports, Harry Potter, etc. Stop attacking people who like Korean culture. And people who like Korean culture, don't just talk about K-pop and stuff all the time if you're one of those people, because it's kind of annoying to other people sometimes. So you just have to realize that and try and balance yourself out. Like if you're at a 10, okay, I need you at a -2. Okay, you're at a 10, I need you at a -2 in the way that you approach other people and stuff like that. So just be mindful of that. And that's just random things that I decided I wanted to say, but I don't know if it made sense or not, but I just felt like some of these things I wanted to say and share with you guys. So yeah, now I'm starting Snapchat. A lot of you guys wanted me to start blogging more, but I can't. So now I have a new phone. I can do Snapchat. So I literally Snapchat everything I'm doing all the time. So if you want vlogs about life in Korea, if you follow me on Snapchat at 미국 사람, you will see everything. Everything. You know what I'm saying. So, thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video and like to see more videos, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is down below. Don't forget you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter and Snapchat. Give me a like on Facebook, and I will see ya.